What's up, PBX fam? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to give you guys a brief update on the progress of the development of the Paribus protocol. Now, if you guys have not heard of Paribus before, I cover them greatly here on my channel, and I've got a dedicated playlist that I'll leave a link to down in the description below. Now, Paribus is going to be a lending and borrowing platform, which was initially built on Ethereum, but they will be migrating to Cardano as a Cardano native project focusing on lending and borrowing of synthetic assets and NFTs. Behind me here, you guys can see some of the features that you guys can actually use the Paribus protocol for. So as I mentioned, you guys can use it to lend and borrow or stake synthetic assets. They'll also have an upcoming metaverse plot or metaverse land integration, liquidity provider staking benefits, PBX token sharing profit or profit sharing, as well as NFT collateral based loans and liquidity provider collateral based loans. Now, I just want to jump straight into their Paribus Medium page, which if you guys are not already following them, I recommend that you do so. And what I want to do is just quickly break down this last article that was just released related to their development. So it says here, our development team has worked steadily throughout December to achieve some key targets by the end of 2022. Now, we've made some fantastic progress on several ideas or several areas, including NFT modules and our governance dashboard. Now, when it comes to updates specific to the front-end development of their application, which is actually live right now on the Girly Ethereum testnet, and I'll leave the link to that as well down in the description if you guys want to check that out. But it says here for front-end updates, our alternative way for liquidating NFT assets is now completed. Now, as I mentioned before, you guys will be able to essentially take your NFTs, go ahead and actually drop them off on the Paribus platform and actually use them as a collateral-based loan. Now, we wanted to introduce another alternative form of liquidating NFTs that would also allow users to keep their token in the process. So they've essentially come up with a new version or new way to essentially process or allow for loans to take place, again, specific to NFTs. Now, this new method, which is being added to the protocol, is detailed down in the article below. So the method requires users to make a deposit on the account that is subject to liquidation in order to receive one of its NFTs used as collateral and in turn increase the account's overall liquidity. Now, the deposit value needs to be higher than the NFT's LTV or loan to value ratio, but lower than the NFT's value, so the account's overall liquidity will increase. And then number two, it'll have to be lower than the NFT's value, so users will have the incentive to liquidate accounts, that way being essentially able to buy them at a discounted price. Now, I will need to do a little bit more research and digging into how this is actually going to function and what the benefits as well as drawbacks for this new approach could potentially be. But I'm happy to see that they are thinking of additional ways to essentially provide lending and borrowing mechanisms for their platform. Now, users won't be able to enter that value, but instead it'll be represented with one based on a contract's configuration. So when I spoke with Dennis and Simon at Rare Bloom, which took place this last year, they essentially mentioned that they would be collaborating with third parties, right? And having, I think, up to about 40 to 50 different data points that they're going to be using to essentially identify an NFT's value. So it sounds like this will essentially be what they use that for. Now, users can select the asset in which the deposit is made, but for now, they are limiting this option to stable coins for which the market exists. Now, when it comes to backend updates, many areas of the backend that the development team were working on have now been completed, such as integrating SudoSwap as an NFT liquidity provider. So this team is making a ton of progress here, and they've essentially got some of the foundation up and running for their NFT contracts, as well as their NFT lending and borrowing platform. On top of that, they're also implementing upgradable CryptoPunks, P-Ether contracts, and implementing the alternate liquidation process, which allows the liquidator to seize the token. In addition to some of the other backend updates that we've seen here, several APIs have also been updated to the latest versions, along with an update to the newest version of Morales. Now, I'm not too sure about what Morales is here, so I'll probably do a little bit of research on that here as well and try to follow up with you guys as a part of my next update. Now, when it comes to design, in the very end of this article here, it states that the design team has been working on developing the conceptual work for the VPBX governance module. They've also been busy creating a separate user interface library for future apps, which are still in progress. So this is really exciting news for you guys. Hopefully this has been beneficial to you. One thing I do want to quickly do though is review the actual price action that we've seen for the Paribus token, which is PBX for short, on CoinGecko. So as we can see, over the last 24 hours, we've seen a 7% increase for the price of this particular token. And it is now, I believe, trading at about where it was about 2 or 3 months ago. So we've seen a great recovery for the price of the Paribus token. Now, when it comes to their market cap for the time being, it's currently sitting at about 4.9 million. And we have a total trading volume of $55,000 over the course of the last 24 hours. In terms of their fully diluted valuation, that currently sits at about 10 million, and we have a current circulating supply of about 4 billion tokens with a max supply, which I believe should be 10 billion. Now, they have been doing burns of the actual PBX token, in which I actually covered that as a part of my last video. So if you guys want to find out more about their deflationary mechanism, check out that video, which I'll leave down in the description below. If I scroll down just a little bit, as you guys can see here, over the course of the last 14 days, and even if I zoom out to the last 30 days, you guys will see that there's been a significant increase in the trading action or the price action of the Paribus token. That is going to wrap it up for today's video. Again, I'm going to leave the links to my playlist as well as this last article and the link to CoinGecko if you guys want to find out more and do your own research on this particular project. Now, I do want to state here that me reviewing the price action is not necessarily me endorsing that you guys go out and purchase the Paribus token. While you can do that on Ethereum as well as the Wing Riders DEX on Cardano, I always urge you guys to make sure to do your own research before actually participating in DeFi and in crypto in general. Before I close out today's video, I just wanted to highlight that if you guys have any questions about the Paribus protocol and how it's going to work, then I recommend that you guys join their Telegram group as well as their official Discord server. Now, when it comes to Telegram, over the last week, we've seen a reorganization and a restructuring of the group, in which we now have subgroups within their official group. So from here, we can see that there's now a general subgroup as well as a trading subgroup if you guys want to talk about the price action or the trading of the PBX token. And then similarly, they have a suggestions as well as different regions for Paribus members. Very lastly, they also have a section for memes, GIFs, and art, as well as video content creation. If you guys found this video to be helpful, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by and you enjoy these Paribus videos, make sure to consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for myself or the Paribus protocol, leave a comment down below. I will see you guys in the next video.